Mystery isn't as settled as your textbooks claim. Across the globe, we found structures and artifacts that simply shouldn't exist. Monuments built with impossible precision and technology that vanished for millennia. These 13 ancient mysteries prove that our ancestors weren't just primitive. They were masters of a world we're still trying to understand. First is the Great Pyramid, built over 4,500 years ago for Pharaoh Khufu. It remained the world's tallest structure for millennia. The mystery lies in its impossible precision. The blocks are aligned to true north with a margin of error smaller than a fingernail. Scientists still can't explain how an ancient civilization moved 2.3 million stone blocks, some weighing 80 tons, without the wheel or modern pulleys. Even stranger, the pyramid's internal shafts align perfectly with specific stars, and recent scans revealed a massive, hidden void that no one can access. It's like finding a masterfully engineered computer in a world of stone tools. Whether it was built by sheer manpower or lost technology, the pyramid remains a giant, silent riddle that defies every modern construction rule. In the mountains of Lebanon lies the temple complex of Baalbek, home to some of the largest building blocks ever moved by human hands. At the base of the Temple of Jupiter sit the Trilithon, 3 massive limestone blocks, each weighing an estimated 800 tons. The mystery isn't just their size, but the precision with which they were placed 20 feet above the ground, fitted together so tightly that even a razor blade cannot slide between them. Modern engineers struggle to explain how ancient workers transported these giants from a quarry nearly a mile away without advanced hydraulics or steel cranes. While the Romans built the temple on top, the foundation seems to belong to a far older, unknown civilization with vanished technology. It remains a baffling monument to a level of engineering that we still cannot fully replicate today. Moving from the massive blocks of Lebanon to the peaks of the Andes, the stonework of Machu Picchu presents an equally impossible riddle. Built by the Inca in the 15th century, this citadel in the clouds features walls made of giant granite stones that fit together like a 3D jigsaw puzzle. What's really astonishing is a technique called ashlar masonry, where rocks were shaped so perfectly they required no mortar to stay standing for centuries, even through powerful earthquakes. We still don't know how they cut granite, which is one of the hardest stones on Earth, with such surgical precision using only stone tools. Some blocks have dozens of complex angles, all interlocking perfectly. It's as if the stone was softened like clay before being set. Without the wheel or iron, the Inca created a structural masterpiece that modern masonry still finds difficult to explain. While the Inca mastered stone, the ancient Greeks achieved a technological miracle with the Antikythera Mechanism. Discovered in a shipwreck in 1900, this lump of corroded bronze lay hidden for 2,000 years. Once X-rayed, it revealed a mind-blowing system of over 30 interlocking gear wheels. This wasn't just a clock. It was the world's first analog computer, designed to predict eclipses and track the positions of the sun, moon, and planets with terrifying accuracy. Now, this level of mechanical complexity didn't appear again in history for another 1,500 years. It's like finding a pocket watch in a caveman's hand. We have no idea how the Greeks developed such advanced math and engineering, or why the knowledge seemingly vanished into thin air, leaving us to reinvent the wheel over a millennium later. It remains the ultimate out-of-place artifact. Next, we have the Romans, who were building structures that have survived 2 millennia of salt, wind, and waves. The mystery lies in the Roman recipe for concrete, which actually gets stronger over time, unlike modern concrete that crumbles in decades. For years, scientists were baffled by white mineral chunks called lime clast found in the mix, originally dismissed as poor mixing. However, recent research suggests these were the secret. They allowed the concrete to self-heal. When a crack formed and water entered, it reacted with the lime to create a calcium-saturated solution that recrystallized and plugged the gap. It's a level of chemical engineering so advanced it took us 2,000 years to understand it. The fact that an ancient civilization created a sustainable, indestructible material that we still can't perfectly replicate today is a haunting reminder of lost genius. Found in 1936, these 2,000-year-old clay jars contain a copper cylinder and an iron rod held by asphalt. It's amazing because when filled with vinegar, they generate a measurable electric current. Scientists are split on whether they were used for electroplating jewelry or if this was an accidental discovery. If they truly were batteries, it means ancient civilizations experimented with electricity over a millennium before Alessandro Volta invented the first cell in 1800. It's like finding a light bulb in a medieval castle. This simple pot suggests that the spark of modern technology might have been flickering in the ancient world far earlier than history books admit. Next up, we have the Voynich Manuscript, which is often called the world's most mysterious book. This 15th century codex is filled with bizarre illustrations of non-existent plants, celestial maps, and naked figures in green baths. However, what's puzzling is the text itself. It is written in an entirely unknown script that has never been seen anywhere else in history. For over a century, the world's greatest codebreakers, including those who cracked the Enigma machine, have failed to translate a single-word real sound clip. Is it a complex cipher, a lost language, or an elaborate medieval hoax? Carbon dating proves the vellum is genuine, yet the meaning remains locked away. It's like a message from a parallel dimension. Similar to the last one is deep in the ruins of the Minoan Palace on Crete. Archaeologists found a clay disc that has baffled the world since 1908. Covered on both sides with a spiral of 241 stamped symbols, it looks like a prehistoric board game. The confusing part is that these symbols, representing people, tools, and animals, have never been found on any other artifact in history. Even stranger, the disc was made using a form of movable type, a printing method that wasn't invented for another 2,500 years. Because it is a unique find, there is no other text to compare it to, making it impossible to decipher. Is it a hymn, a legal document, or an elaborate forgery? The Fistos disc remains a silent, stamped riddle from a civilization that vanished before it could explain itself. Hidden in the hills of Turkey, Göbekli Tepe has completely rewritten the timeline of human history. Built over 11,000 years ago, this massive temple complex is 6,000 years older than Stonehenge. The wonder is in its sheer age. It was constructed by hunter-gatherers who supposedly hadn't invented agriculture, metal tools, or even pottery real sound clip. The site features massive T-shaped limestone pillars, some weighing 20 tons, carved with intricate reliefs of lions, scorpions, and vultures. How did a primitive society organize thousands of workers to move and carve these stones? It suggests that religion and complex society came before farming, flipping our understanding of civilization upside down. We've only excavated 5% of the site, leaving a mountain of secrets still buried. Off the coast of Japan's Ryukyu Islands lies the Yonauni Monument, a massive underwater rock formation that looks like a submerged stepped pyramid. Discovered by a diver in 1986, it features flat surfaces, sharp 90-degree angles, and what look like carved staircases in grand stadiums. The mystery is whether this is a natural geological wonder or the ruins of a 10,000-year-old city lost to rising sea levels. If man-made, it would predate the pyramids by millennia, belonging to a civilization we have no record of. While some geologists argue it is simply the result of natural sandstone fracturing, the precision of the monoliths and water channels makes many believe it's a real-life Pacific Atlantis. It sits as a silent, moss-covered giant, daring us to decide if nature or humans carved its face. While many see it as a simple doomsday clock, the Maya calendar is actually a marvel of mathematics that science still struggles to fully grasp. The Maya didn't just use one calendar. They synced 3 separate cycles, the Tzolk'in, the Hab, and the long count, into a cosmic gear system. And shockingly, the accuracy is staggering. Without telescopes or computers, they calculated the solar year to within seconds of modern satellite measurements. They tracked the movements of Venus and Mars over thousands of years and predicted eclipses that would happen centuries after their civilization collapsed. How did a Stone Age people achieve such precise celestial mechanics? Some believe they possessed a lost system of mathematics, while others wonder if their observations were passed down from an even older, unknown source. It remains the most sophisticated timekeeping system in human history. Deep in the Sahara Desert lies Nabtapla, a stone circle that predates Stonehenge by over 2,000 years. Long before the pharaohs built the pyramids, nomadic cattle herders arranged these massive stones to align with the stars. What's mysterious about it is its advanced astronomical purpose. The stones aren't just placed randomly, they act as a prehistoric calendar, marking the summer solstice and the arrival of the life-giving monsoons. Even more baffling is how these primitive people understood the complex wobble of the Earth's axis, aligning their megaliths with the constellation Orion as it appeared 6,000 years ago. It suggests that the foundations of Egyptian science and religion didn't start on the Nile, but in the middle of a wasteland, guided by a sophisticated understanding of the cosmos that we are only beginning to decode. From self-healing concrete to stars aligned with desert stones, the ancient world is a library with half its pages ripped out. We may have conquered the digital age, but these ruins remind us of how much we've forgotten. Which ancient riddle rattled you most? Let us know in the comments.